Hi guys, it's Jordan. Welcome back for another video here from my room in Disney's Port Orleans Riverside Hotel. Yes, I'm still in the same clothes you saw me in last week, and no, I haven't been wearing the same clothes for a week, so sorry. Just got so much things to talk about at Disney. I just drone on and figured I should just kind of whack it in half. So here I am, but I at least have a blanket on, so it's like some semblance of difference, right? Have I mentioned how cold it is? Anyway, so I left you off last time with we finished up our afternoon activities. If you didn't get a chance to watch that first video that I posted, you can find the link below, so that way you can get all caught up from our first semi-full day at Disney, minus actually going to the parks. So basically we left off with, we got back from our tea at the Grand Floridian, and we decided to head over to Disney Springs for some shopping and some dinner. And so we just found a lot of really great items over there, and I just wanted to share some of our coolest finds with you guys. So we actually purchased a few things. I guess I should have had that ready. What a good blogger.
Show your fun little bag.
I know. Ta-da! It's a giant bag full of lots of stuff. Actually, it doesn't have that much stuff in it, but we looked at lots of stuff. Figuratively and emotionally, there are many items in this bag that we may purchase when we go back to Disney Springs later this week. But we did get a few things for now, including this lovely recyclable bag that I am very much looking forward to using for my grocery runs when I return home. Let's start off with the things that we actually did get. So, we got some more Ghirardelli chocolates. Now, if you happen to watch any of my San Francisco vlogs, you'll note that this looks kind of familiar. It's because we did this exact same thing when we went to Ghirardelli Square in San Francisco. And if you aren't familiar with that, I will link that below so that you can get yourself all caught up on that as well. You'll notice that this one doesn't quite have the same variety as the last one does, and that's because we can't seem to find dark chocolate caramels anywhere. They don't sell them in my local grocery store. They only have the dark chocolate caramels with sea salt. And I like that, but Craig's real picky about it. He just wants the plain old dark chocolate with caramel, no sea salt included. So I packed this like an engineer would. Just like he was so meticulous when we were in Ghirardelli Square about packing this appropriately and fitting as many squares as possible. There's not much wiggle room in here. There's maybe, I could maybe have fit another one, but there are honestly a lot of people like staring at me when I was doing this, and they're like, wow, you're doing so good. And I'm like, thank you, I guess. Like, attracting attention to myself, I was like, okay, we need to be done. Let's see, what else is in our bag of goodies? Oh, this is your shirt, Mom. Are you planning to wear this while we're at the parks?
Not tomorrow, because it's going to be cold, but yes, I will plan to wear this.
Well, look who's talking about the cold now.
Well, it's gonna be cold.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, she got this cute little shirt, and that actually, so I'm not gonna unwrap it because it's breakable and, you know, it's not Christmas time, so I don't need to. But I have an ornament in here that looks just like one of the mini bows on there. So that's what I got, a little mini bow ornament. And then Mom also got an ornament. What did yours look like again?
Oh, it was a sparkly hat.
Oh yeah, it was a Santa hat that had Mickey ears on it. So we both got ornaments. We've been enjoying her 20% off discount as an annual pass holder, so that's exciting and fun for shopping adventures. And then the last thing that we bought tonight was little doggy treats, because I have a handsome dog son named Bear, who you've potentially seen in my videos from the ones that I have from while I'm at home. But we just got these baked dog treats with bacon flavor. So that's essentially all we bought today. I felt like we reined it in pretty well. But there were a lot of other really cute items that I was like, ooh, I want to buy this. And then I didn't buy this. When we first got there, we went into this like little embroidery shop. And while we, you know, embroidery is cool and all, but we were mostly distracted by some dog accessories. So they had the cutest Star Wars accessories. They had dog collars. They had these little like bandanas that were silky and soft. They only had them in the size large, which was kind of confusing. We consider my dog Bear a medium. He is like exactly 30 pounds and he doesn't quite fit the medium profile, but he's a little too large for the small profile. It's medium. So large is definitely kind of too big. I don't know how well they'd look on him, but they were so freaking cute. And so it's definitely weighing on me emotionally. I feel like I should go back and get them.
We saw them all over.
I know. So
they were calling your name.
They really were. I I have this weird infatuation with mugs, and so I was telling Mom earlier today, like when Craig and I got married, we registered for this nice set of mugs. We had 6 black ones and 6 like pale red ones, and they match our kitchen theme great. And I have this beautiful coffee mug rack that Craig built for me because he kind of dabbles in woodworking or whatever. So it's this nice thing that's mounted on our wall in the kitchen, and it displays all of our matching mugs beautifully. So whenever we drink coffee, we always drink the coffee out of the matching mugs. But we have all of these like mismatched mugs that people have either given them to us in gifts, or we just see something really cute and I'm just like, oh, I gotta have it. I found a lot of mugs tonight that I was like, ooh, I really want to buy them. Really, I almost bought that book mug that was like, it's like a stack of books. I'm just a big bibliophile as an English major, previous English major, post-English major, graduate. I don't know what you want to call it. Anyway, there's a word for that somewhere. I was an English major. So I see things about books and I'm like, oh, I gotta have it. But then there were a lot of other mugs as well. There was this really cool Star Wars one that I was like, ooh, I think Craig would really appreciate this one, where it basically had like the blueprint map on different lightsabers. His nerd would just go, oh, that's amazing, but I refrained. So, and then lastly, the last thing I'll mention to you guys is we passed through another dog section in another store, and I'm sorry if you're tired of hearing me talk about my dog. He is my child. You go around Disney and you see all of these wonderful ears and you're like, yes, I want them for myself. And sure, if you have children, you're like, yes, I buy my son or daughter some ears. But what if you could buy your dog some ears? That is now a reality when it comes to the Disney parks. So buy your dog some ears. So anyway, our wallets got the best of us in the end, and we still have time. So we may end up going back and purchasing some of these items, but it's just, you know, a big commitment on the first day to spend all of your life savings. And so it was like, maybe on Saturday, on the last day, when I'm having my crisis of, oh my God, it's another 6 months before I come to Disney. So that's kind of where we left that. And now we're back at the hotel getting ready for a really long day at the parks tomorrow. So we're going over to Epcot in the morning. We have extra magic hours there. So we want to be at the parks right when the gates open for Disney residents, which is 8 a.m. So we'll be leaving around 7 o'clock in the morning, ideally, so that way we can, you know, get the transportation over. Then we are hopping over to Magic Kingdom for a special ticketed event called Disney After Hours. So we gotta pack our bags for a long day at the parks tomorrow, which is why I wanted to kind of walk you through what I always pack in my bags for any Disney trip to make sure that I am prepared for every situation.
And I have a cute bag.
Yes, we both have cute bags. Oh my goodness. This bag actually used to be her bag, and then she saw that bag and she's like, well, I want this new bag, but what do I do with this old bag? And I was like, I'm good for secondhand gifts, so works for me.
It didn't take you a second to think of that one.
It really didn't. I mean, it's so cute, so how could I? We got this when we went to Disneyland back in 2016. So here's basically what I keep in my bag for the parks. You'd think that a cash cow like Disney would not want you to bring in, you know, outside food or outside beverages, but we've been asking around, and I checked the prohibited items list on their park rules, and it doesn't say anything about not being able to bring in food or drink. Now, granted, it does say that you can't bring anything in glass bottles, so leave your tequila at home. I'm just kidding, but like no baby food. So what I recommend doing, and a cheap way to do this, is just by bringing an empty water bottle and fill it up, you know, at the fountains that are all over the park. That way you save yourself some money on drinks, and you stay hydrated, because assumably it will be hot when you go. You never know, it could be cold, like right now. And then, so they'll let you bring in food as well. Like, again, the whole policy about the glass, as long as it's not in a glass container, it's good to go. When we went to Disneyland, we brought in like apples and string cheese and things like that. So bring your snacks. And they even said that you can bring like a little cooler bag, but it has to be a certain dimension amount. So that's you know, you can always bring in things that would potentially spoil, like, you know, deli meat sandwiches, things like that, if you have the right size cooler bag. So I've got a couple things in here to help tide me over. You know, we're going to be going during the Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot, so there's going to be a lot of food kiosks, so we're going to be doing a lot of eating. But if we're standing in line somewhere and I really just need something to tide me over until the next, you know, time that I eat is, and if I'm being honest with you, I'm always thinking in terms of my next meal. Like, that's just the kind of person I am. I just love to eat. So, but you never know when you're gonna get hungry, so I like to come prepared with some snacks. Something else that I find is really helpful is having a battery power bank with you. So this is something that I'll charge up every night, and then I bring my charger cord with me, and it just plugs right in. Because when you're in places that are highly populated, I don't know what the exact issue is, but it just seems like my battery depletes quickly. And also, you know, if you're like searching things on the My Disney Experience app or using your map app for any reason like that, playing on social media, you never know, things are gonna go down quick. So and if your phone's anything like mine, it's at the end of its 2-year lifespan, which means they've programmed it to start dying out quickly, so you'll buy a new phone. And so I gotta charge it constantly pretty much. So, but it's nice, it's got 2 ports, so in theory, Mom and I can both charge our phones at the same time, and we should be good to go for the whole day, for a long day at the park. So then, of course, I've got my wallet, and it's got, you know, some of my essentials that I just don't like to ever be without, like chapstick. I'm a compulsive chapstick user. And I don't know if it's like bad for my lips to use chapstick this often, but I'm just like constantly slathering it on. I always have to have greasy lips. Another thing that is great for Disney parks as well is beauty blotters. So I have really oily skin, so I have to bring these with me, and they're just like these little sheets of paper. They're not very expensive, but you just like take a sheet out and you dab, 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 and you say bye-bye oil, it's gone. I always bring those with me. You don't actually have to bring your wallet with you. You know, if you plan to drink alcohol, you'll want to have your ID with you, but in theory you can sync up your credit card to your My Disney Experience app, and then you can just tap to pay everywhere you go, which could be dangerous. And then the last thing I want to suggest to you is a tiny little rain poncho like this. So I think this is great because it's affordable and it's also lightweight, so you don't have to lug around a heavy umbrella that may or may not fit in your bag, or a rain jacket that you have to, you know, tie around your waist, and then it's bulky all day, and then it doesn't even rain and you're kind of mad that you brought it into the park to start with. This weighs like almost nothing, and it, you know, just slides right into my bag. So it's a great alternative and affordable as well. So one other thing I would consider, you know, like if you're visiting the parks at a certain time of year, like when the weather is questionably cold, if you can kind of fit like a small cardigan or jacket of some kind, like just roll it up real tight and fit it at the bottom of your bag, you'll probably thank yourself later. And even if it's a hot day at the parks and then you go inside somewhere and they've got the AC cranked way up, you'll probably want that cardigan as well. So I just always happen to run cold, it seems like. Case in point, this blanket, here we are. But yeah, it's never a bad thing to keep it with you. One thing I will mention that you should never ever bring to the parks, prohibited all over Disney parks, is selfie sticks. So they've kind of like waned in popularity recently, but just wanted to give you a friendly neighborhood reminder that they are banned from the Disney parks. So don't bring them. That's pretty much all the advice I've got for you. So this is what I'll be taking with me into the parks tomorrow morning. And of course I do leave a little bit of room in case I buy any souvenirs throughout the day that are not necessarily super bulky. If you do stay on site though, then Disney will send your items back to your room. So that is a perk of staying on site at the Disney resorts as well. That's about all I've got for you for this video, but we will be heading into the parks tomorrow and showing you all of the fun new things that we're going to be experiencing. So thanks again for watching this video. If you enjoyed it at all, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to chatting with you on any of my social media accounts. So I will see you guys again next week. Thanks. Bye.